Okay, I don't really think you need to use longs. So welcome to part 2 of balance that equation, or whatever I'm calling this. Okay, so public int get num, yeah, Ellie's, numles. Okay, so int index, just return 0 right now to shut this thing up. Jeez, man. Okay, so it's actually not 0. Return and we already know what the element would be. Ellie's.getIndex would be the element, which we call outside of this class. Subs and times co. The subscript times the coefficient will be the number of elements. And there's no parentheses or anything weird like that. And then return, yeah, just return that. Okay. Save. Oh, there's a warning. Okay, yeah. Alright, so that's good for now. Okay, so we have I reactants, or G. I'll fix that later. Whatever. Okay. So we know how many there are. We know there's pluses in between them with spaces. Let's do a for loop. For GG. As long as you don't confuse GG with G, you're fine. Yeah, GG is less than G. GG plus plus. I'm not liking GG. Let's do HH. Getting tripped up here. Okay. So first, we want to do is have, say, an array of compounds for the reactants, an array of products, array of compounds for the products. So let's go ahead and do that. Reactants. It's new. Yeah, I suck at typing. I'll say it once, I'll say it until the end of time. Oh my god, not again. I know how to spell compounds. I just mistype it. It's a difference. And you'll be the prods. Okay. So, first I need to make a new compound, and then I can add it to reactants. So, okay, so now look at my input map. So I have the reactant, which starts with the element, and then subscripts. How do I know when I reach the end of it? Will be the plus sign. Okay, so I can do. So I can read in the element. So I'll do string mint equals next, which will just get the next string, or sting got, and the police. Okay, so let's do while not meant dot equals plus. Is that okay? Okay. So if it's plus, we don't want that. No. we need to have a new compound here. So compound, new compound, new C. And I need to pass in coefficient. It's defaulted to 1. When you read it in, they don't even have any. So int coef is 1, and now we need an array list of string and array list of integer. Need to instantiate this one, because this is the one we're passing in. And then the integer, what do they call him? The S, whatever. And you don't have to use the same names, but I like to because it keeps things straight for me. Okay, so compound new C equals new compound, and then it's ES and then C, or ES and coef. Alright. So while does not equal plus, then that would be the, and I called it meant because that would have been the element, because it goes element subscript element subscript. There's no way that it's going to be looking for a subscript and actually comes up with a plus sign. Okay. So we might as well read in the subscript. Sub. Next int. Okay, now we can do e dot add ment, which is the element, and s dot add sub. Okay. And then when we're done with this, and when ment equals plus, it exits out, so now ment is plus. This compound is full of stuff. Doesn't even, we don't care that it's only supposed to be 5, because it'll keep on going until it hits a plus. Oh! I forgot there's another case. It also, for reading the reactants, you get that arrow thing. So it can't be plus, and it can't be the arrow. Okay, so not plus, not the arrow. I believe the arrows, that's what it looks like. Scroll wheel. Relax. That looks about right. Okay. The other one. And this loop could potentially be pointless, because if I get to the arrow, then I already know I'm done. But whatever. And then now, reacts dot add new compound. Alright. And one thing I know is that since everything that appears on one side appears on the other, in one compound or another, I'm only going to need to loop over all the reactants and get all the different elements that need to be balanced. That'll come up later. Okay. Now I need to do the same thing for products. So be careful of copy and pasting. You might actually screw something up. you might miss one crucial thing. So actually, if you have, sometimes it's in your best interest just to do it again. I'm having very creative index names now. Okay. So again, well, the string mints, the coefficient, and those guys. I know I just said don't copy and paste, but this is safe. Come on. It's not used. Okay. Then new C. I get the while loop too. What the heck? I'm not following my own rules. Okay. So again with the new C, but now we only have to check for well, actually, because in the last one okay, for the last element on the product side, we don't know how long it is, so it could keep on going on to 5. So we could check to see that, or well, yeah, so there's just the products. I'll just go element coefficient. I might have to do up to 5 to make sure. I think there's an easier way though. I don't want to have to count counting. I think so you could do Quidot has next, but that's very relevant. Yeah, I'm just gonna count. And put a count here. Count equal. Ooh, equal. What am I doing? This is not checking to see if it's equal. It's an assignment operator. Okay, where's that PDF file? Input. Yeah, 1 is less than k is less than 5. We're good. Just double checking. So I want it to be 0 or 1. I'll do it here. Alright. I'll start at 0. And then count will plus. So after this will be 1, and once it hits 5, it's done. Or count. Wait, what are we gonna do? If I say count equal to 5, this will exit when count is not 5. That's not what I want. Yeah, okay. Sometimes I have to check that. If you want to say think when does this loop will exit, then you put it not kind of in front of it, and then you think about it. So this loop will exit. Wait. So the converse of this loop would be method equals plus and count not equal to 5. I need to put ands here. That was a mistake I made earlier. So this will exit when ment equals plus or ment equals arrow, and this will exit when ment equals plus or count equals 5. There you go. that's a little rule. Like if you don't know how to do the inverse of a Boolean statement, just look it up or something. It's not that hard. It's like if it's true, make it false. If it's an and, make it an or. And if it's in a range, you reverse that range, like you invert it. It's pretty simple. Okay. So now we're ending the sub, and then we need to add the compound. But now it's a product. So the prods.add new C. And that should be it for the input and this part of the video. See you guys in part 3.